Hey everyone, it's been a few days and a few thrift flip fails later. A couple of my thrift flips didn't go as planned. I had them all filmed. This shirt would have worked. I just need to chop my boobs off, which whoever wants to pay for that, let me know. But I'm gonna show you guys how I've been embroidering everything I've ever owned. I'm having so much fun with this, and I want to show you guys a really easy, inexpensive way of doing it. Okay, but when I say easy, it's still time consuming because I posted this on my story and I got so many people asking if I would sell them or do merch. As much as I'd love to do that, it takes me, I mean, I've only done it twice, so we'll see how long this one takes me. The first time doing it took me 4 hours, this time took me 2 hours. I would have to charge a lot of money to make it worth it, and if you guys didn't already know, I've been getting so many comments on my YouTube about this beaded bracelet, this flower beaded bracelet. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram because you'll miss out on stuff like this. I ended up selling these on Instagram. At the time, I think I had like 10,000 followers on Instagram. I totally forget what 10,000 actually means, and I was like, these bracelets are so fun to make. Like, I was making them for all my friends, like for free. I was like, I'd love to send these out to subscribers as little friendship bracelets that we get to have together. So I talked to my dad about it. He was like, how long does it take you to make one? It's like around 30 to 45 minutes, and shipping came out to be around 50 cents. So I was like, I'm just gonna charge $4. Like, I don't think that many people are gonna buy them, and I'm not trying to make a profit. I was just trying to break even with the supplies I had. I got over 300 orders for these bracelets, and I completely like lost my mind. I was constantly crying over these bracelets, just making them, crying outside. I spent an entire day, literally woke up at 9 and finished at 9 p.m. I think I only made around 30. And then I was like, you know what, I'm never doing this again. So that's my story. If I sold these sweatshirts, I was already talking about it with Brandon, I would have to make it a lot more expensive. And those bracelets, like, I obviously did not make 300 of them. I made 30 and then I quit. And so many people, because I just shipped it in an envelope and you could feel it was like a piece of jewelry inside, people ended up stealing the bracelets out of the envelope, thinking that was probably like gold or something nice, and joke's on you. You got a little beaded bracelet. So then I had to remake those people's bracelets, and I'm not trying to take your guys' money is the whole point, and it kind of bit me in the butt not wanting to talk about these sweatshirts. So this was the first one I did, and I didn't have any thread, and this one was for Brandon, and it just says Ernie. Not bad for first time embroidery. And then on his, because he likes things a little obscure, you guys have seen his tattoos, I did a little butterfly on the neck, and then an itty bitty heart on the sleeve. I might even add more to this one, but this was the first one I did, and I just already had this Hanes crew neck. Then yesterday, I wanted to make sure I had my process down of how I do this. So these obviously aren't freehand. I'm going to show you how I get the stencil on here. I did this yesterday, and this is what I'm going to be doing again today. With these colors, it just says Ernie again, and I did it right above. This is a Los Angeles apparel hoodie, so it's real thick and nice quality. I did it above the pocket. So today, to make it a matching set, I was totally inspired by Mad Happy. My brother's girlfriend Abby, she has so many Mad Happy sets, and I'm obsessed with them, but none of the ones I wanted were in stock because I guess they like sell out. It's like, screw that, I'm making my own, and it's gonna say Ernie. So I want to make the matching pants to this. So I've got a gray pair of sweatpants. These are from Nasty Gal. I love these sweatpants. They fit so nicely. So I'm gonna do the little Ernie style on these sweats. Let's get you looking down. Okay, so this first thing I have was from my mom actually. It's an embroidery ring. She got an embroidery kit when quarantine first started because she was bored and stuff, and it came with like a like just a piece of cloth that you embroider or whatever. So I have this. I don't think this is detrimental to this like DIY, but I use it. I think it helps just keep everything taut. I'll show you how you do that, but let's go through the other supplies. Then we have a pair of scissors just to cut the fabric, thread. Then I've got sewing needles. They don't have to be anything special. I just had these 30 assorted needles that I use. And then I got all of these off Amazon. I will link them all below. It was just a giant kit of colored thread, and this is just that friendship bracelet making thread, but if you search embroidery thread on Amazon, this is like the first one to come up. So I did that. And then you need like an inky pen. As weird as that sounds, you need an inky pen. And then a screen. You can use your phone, but I'm gonna use my laptop. Or what is this? I'm gonna use my iPad, but you can totally use your phone screen and you'll see what I mean by that. And then you also need a piece of just notebook paper, which I need to go find. It does not have to be anything special. Honestly, the thinner, cheaper paper works best. So, to get that Ernie font, I just went on my Notes app on my iPad, and I just typed out Ernie, and this is in the font Baskerville, and then I brought the font size up to whatever I wanted, obviously, but you can zoom in and zoom out, so, because I want it to be about the same, so a little smaller. Okay, so we're gonna do about that size. Then you're gonna take, look how nicely, for my stencil, you're gonna take your piece of paper, take your piece of paper. I suggest using the line side or lining it up because it's easier to make sure it's all straight. And then this can just be any pen, it doesn't have to be inky. And you're gonna outline the font that you chose. I think I've tried doing it where you fill in the entire letter, and honestly I'm not that talented to do that, so the outline makes it look really clean and a lot more professional, so I suggest picking a thicker font or just making it bold or whatever. A bolder font. So I'm gonna go over this. Okay, so you can obviously do that on a phone. It's literally, my phone screen is still bigger than that, so it'd work just as fine. I just already had the font on my iPad, so I thought, why not do it there? You could even do that on a laptop, but that would be harder, I think, so. Then, we're gonna line this up to where I want it to go on the pants. So I want it to go on the right side because it's on the right side of my hoodie. I think I should kind of get away from the pocket, and also because that hoodie's bigger and I'll probably be wearing them together, I'm going to go a little bit lower. So I think I want it there. Then you're gonna take your inky pen, and the reason I say inky is because we're gonna be dotting around this outline. When I tell you guys I made up this method completely on my own, I made it up, that's why it's probably all over the place, doesn't make any sense. So I'm just gonna dot around the outline. Breaking through the paper, obviously writing on the pants. Okay, so you can ever so faintly see it, but it's enough for me to be able to know what's going on. When you're doing this the first time, if you don't really have your design like memorized, I would suggest doing it letter by letter because it could be really easy to kind of mix up like what dot goes to what, but I basically know the pattern now, so it wouldn't really matter. Just going over it to darken it a little bit. And this will all be covered, so it doesn't really matter later on. Now we're gonna use the ring. I'm gonna take the part of the ring without the screw on top and put that through to the back of the pant leg, and I'm going in the pant leg because I don't want to sew through both. And then you're gonna take the top ring and just tighten it like you would with any embroidery. And now I'm just tightening the ring. This is really self-explanatory, you guys. Like, you guys could totally do this and save tons of money. I see so many people doing these types of clothing pieces with literal Champion or Comfort Colors or Hanes material, so you can save a lot of money by doing it yourself. I totally get it if you don't want to do it yourself. Maybe DM me and we can talk about me making one for you guys. DM me on Instagram, or just follow me on Instagram to see maybe if I ever end up doing this. Okay, so for my first one, I'm gonna take the green thread. These always knot up on me. They did when I was making bracelets, they do now, and I just always destroy them. So let's take a good amount of thread. I don't know what that means. I kind of haven't figured out how much thread takes what. There's that. So now I'm gonna thread my needle and then knot the end like you would with sewing. And I'm gonna show you guys the back stitch. I've learned is what it's called. I did search most basic embroidery stitch, and it's called a back stitch, which is I think the same as any stitch. And then I'm gonna pull my needle up to the front of the thread, so my knot is at the bottom and my needle is at the top with no knot. We're gonna start the first one by going under. I'm going to start with a corner, and I'm going from the back to the front. We're gonna pull that out. So this first one's a normal stitch, and then as much as I'd like to say I follow the dots, I don't. I just do that because it's the easiest way to puncture the paper without like completely destroying your stencil. Okay, so now instead of going right next to the green, like that, I'm going to go like a stitch away from the green, and then you go back into the green, and that is back stitch. A stitch away from the green, pull through, stitch back into the edge of the green, pull through. Now we're gonna do that 1,000 more times to finish this. Okay, so we've got the E done. You can see the little dots. And now I'm just gonna go through and finish the rest. I would time lapse the whole thing, but my back is actually breaking holding myself in frame to time lapse. So I'll just show you guys when it's done. As for finishing the stitch off in the back, I just finish it like any other stitch where you like stick through and loop it, and it seems to stay. So we're done. Let's take the ring off. I think it's really stretched that area up. Happening. Okay. Really stretch that area of the pants and getting it so tight and taut. Where is it? No. I did it on the butt. I did it on the butt. Oh my god, I did it on the butt. I did it on the wrong side. Okay, I was just gonna say nothing really went wrong. It took like an hour and a half to do that. It looks really cute. And it's on the butt. Are we gonna make it a trend now to have it on the butt? I'm gonna try them on backwards so you can see what the full set looks like, but I'm probably gonna have to take it out and redo it on the front. Not today though, not today, no. That's not happening today. The whole point of this video was to show you guys how to do it, so at least I did that. Let's put this set on. I would like to not only thank God, but also Jesus. It doesn't matter. These pants are reversible. Life hack. Okay, here are the finished pants. Ernie with the little matching sweatshirt. This is seriously so easy. Hi! I need to make Ernie one. It's not fair that I am gaining from his cuteness. Okay. These are so easy. I highly recommend you guys trying it out. If you do try it out and end up posting it or just want to show me, send it to me on Instagram or tag me on Instagram. I'd love to see your guys' interpretations of this. Obviously, you can take it so much further than the basicness than what I'm doing with it. I suggest starting small and using that tracing method is my biggest savior. As you can see, I freehand the little heart on top, but that's really it, and I redo that heart like 8 times, so tracing is your best friend when you're starting out. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun making it. This was supposed to be a thrift flip, but I think it's just going to be the embroidery now. And make sure to keep your eyes out for thrift flips in the future. I started thrifting again in Chicago. I finally feel comfortable going out and about doing those things. So yeah, I love you guys so much. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to. And I'll see you guys in a few days. Bye.